You're watching Good Morning Nigeria live on the network service of the Nigerian Television Authority. Now, the National Board for Technical Education, NBTE, in partnership with other stakeholders, has been organizing industry consultation across the country. And this is on how to deliver quality assurance of skills training. Now, what are the key issues for them? Let's get down to understand what the industry consultation is all about. Claire?
Yes, indeed, Kingsley. And Professor Idris Bugaje, Executive Secretary, National Board for Technical Education, NBTE, is right with us here in the studio. Prof, would like to thank you once again. It's good to see you.
Thank you. It's a pleasure meeting you.
All right. We also have with us Engineer Suleiman Mohammed Yusuf, and he's the Deputy Director of Skills, National Board for Technical Education. Thank you very much, Engineer Yusuf, for joining us.
Thank you very much, and good morning, Nigeria.
And Hajia Belikisu Ahmed Salijo, I hope I got that correct, is the Director, NBTE Liaison Office here in Abuja. Hajia, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you very much for receiving us.
All right, let's begin with Professor Idris Bugaje, or Bugaje. What's the correct inflection?
Bugaje.
Bugaje, yeah.
Yes.
What is the industry consultation process? What is it all about?
Well, the industry consultation is a very important event annually. We bring all the stakeholders from the industry on board so that we sit together and discuss the issues of skills development, the skill gaps that are in the country, and measures that we need to take to fill those gaps. At the moment, there are so many challenges in skills in the country, and that's why this one is very critical, especially with the several infrastructural interventions of the federal government. You see, the AKK gas pipeline, the Mambila hydroelectric power plant, the railway expansion. These are major infrastructure projects which no government has done for a very long time. Unfortunately, there are several skill gaps in those areas. We may end up importing skilled labor to deliver them if care is not taken. So that's why we have brought the industry, we have brought all other stakeholders on board so that we can now discuss and find a way out. How do we speed up skills training and proper certification acceptable globally so that we can be able to get Nigerian youth involved in the delivery of these infrastructural projects.
All right. You just talked about an aspect, where we have skills deficiency.
Yes.
Nationally, what is the skills gap? Where do we have the most skills gap?
Well, in all areas there are skill gaps in this country. Welding, for example, you require 5,000 welders, certified welders, and pipe fitters for the AKK gas pipeline. When we did the last count, we could only count them in a few hundreds, which means if care is not taken, the Chinese will be bringing over 4,000 skilled welders to deliver that project. And this is what we don't want. We have so many youth, some of them with degrees, some of them with HND, but without the requisite skill certification. And that's why the MBT is now bringing all these stakeholders so that we can mobilize all resources to give them skills training. Because the system that we have in this country is deficient in terms of skills. And there is need for us, as an emergency, to do something immediately so that we can now embed skills in our conventional training, as well as provide skill certification for those specific areas that the economy needs very badly.
Do we have the manpower to do that?
We have the manpower, we have the requisite manpower, but they require some level of training. Secondly, we require some resources in order to deliver those trainings. And there is need for us to get government and industry on the same, page. Otherwise, everybody will be taking different directions to meet those gaps.
I was just wondering, Professor Idris Bugaje, you say we'll have a huge gap in skills. What has been the impact, if any, of the various skill acquisition programs we hear about? You hear that after some time, when they graduate, they give them startup packs. So what has been the impact?
Those are political events, most of them, generally political. They just organize training to mobilize and get the NTA and other media to give coverage.
Not
Sorry, sir. Okay. To get media to give them the coverage. But in reality, the certificate they earn cannot be tendered anywhere, not in Nigeria, not overseas. Countries across the world are now using skills as a foreign exchange earner. At the moment, I am giving the figure, 2019, Bangladesh exported 2.5 million skilled construction workers to Saudi Arabia. Every construction site in Saudi Arabia, the skilled manpower are from Bangladesh. And I've said it, Nigeria is closer to Saudi Arabia. Why didn't we jump on those opportunities? At the moment, our construction industry, even though they are trying to meet up the gaps, but we import POPs from Benin and Togo. Finishing, tilers, the best are from Francophone West Africa because they have a better skills training program. This has been neglected in Nigeria for a very long time. And this is what we are saying, let the government, let the industry wake up to these challenges.
Okay, but thanks, Professor. Engineer Suleiman Yusuf, all of this speaks to the quality of our technical education. How does this industry consultation advance that?
Thank you very much. It will definitely advance this technical education forward because it's the industry now that will define the expectations or what we call the national occupational standard that will be used for the training at these technical colleges. And it will take part in the quality assurance. That's why you see in the title there, quality to improve the quality assurance. And it will also take part in the training because in a school environment, you cannot bring out a competent worker that is being required by the industry. So we have to have this collaboration so that both the industry, the government, and the training institution work together to bring out a competent workforce for the Nigerian economy.
Okay, so let me ask my question to Ajia Belekisa Ahmed Salhijo. And the theme for this year is hinged on economic prosperity, skills for economic prosperity. I want you to address it from the point of view of gender.
Gender, too. We are trying. Even yesterday, we had workshop with the French people on agricultural inputs for women. So we had it yesterday. We talked every day. They want to empower women in agriculture so that women will have something to do, so that they will benefit themselves. So like we are trying, gender-wise. Yeah.
Are you going to have in this consultation, what is the representation of women? That's what.
They are well represented.
We are well represented.
But generally, I know there is some gender inequality in issues of skills. You hardly find, except recently in Sokoto or somewhere else, we found young ladies being trained as auto mechanics, which was very encouraging for me. And I felt Sokoto, a very conservative society, having that kind of mix is a very good thing, and we can use it to showcase to other states in the country. So otherwise, there is some gender balance, but there is need for improvement. I agree with you, there is need for improvement. Yes.
What is the state of technical education in Nigeria?
Well, the state of technical education is a state of crisis. We are grossly underfunded. We are being looked down upon as, compared people, even parents prefer their children to go for degrees. And the money even lies in skills, unfortunately.
That's right.
So that there is some kind of, general, I don't know what to call it, but you have to help us do some advocacy on technical education. This is the key to industrialization of Nigeria. Without Nigerian youth being mobilized, being engaged into these sectors, all these projects will be delivered by foreign skilled labor. After delivery, they will be there to maintain them. Nigeria is the largest economy in Africa. And it will be a shame for us that we don't have requisite, skilled manpower in the country. We have to bring imported from Asia. Others are doing it in the reverse order. If you go to Morocco and see the kind of programs they have on skills, very amazing. 500,000 of their youth are enrolled from age 15 into different skills program, and their ambition is they export them to other parts of the world. In Nigeria, Nigerian youth cross the Sahara, cross the Mediterranean at great risks. If we skill them up, they will be able to be welcome in Europe and Asia with red carpets. Unfortunately, we are not jumping on those opportunities. And the youth are there disenchanted, disenfranchised. They have the degrees, they have the HND, there is no job for them because the education system doesn't imbibe skills in the training. And more importantly, even if you have a degree from the best university, HND from the best polytechnic, you may not be qualified to be a good welder. You have to be given skills qualification for welding. And that's what the Nigerian Skills Qualification Framework, NSQF, is all about. And we're now trying to promote the NSQF across the industry, because the industries are using other skills programs of other countries. We're now trying to bring them on board, let them accept this Nigerian Skills Qualification Framework, approved by FEC in 2017, launched by the Honorable Minister of Education the same year. And we would like everybody to come on board so that Nigerian Skills Qualification Framework will be accepted in the nation and globally. This is the way to go.
I think I just need to point out, Professor Bugaje, I don't know how long you've been at the Board for Technical Education. On Good Morning Nigeria, we've had programs in the past on quality assurance. I wouldn't know whether Engineer Yusuf was part of that conversation.
Okay.
Yeah,
But,
I was.
yeah, Engineer Yusuf. We also had the Reverend Timothy Igodaro, who joined us here on one occasion. He has also been in Benin Network Center as well as in Lagos, all as part of the advocacy. But as part of the bedrock, to say, look, you develop all these occupational standards, you develop the curriculum, where are the technical colleges? What kind of breakthroughs do you need from the state governments that ordinarily should be the champions of technical education? What interaction are you having with them, and what feedback are you getting, Engineer Yusuf?
Well, thank you very much. And this is one of the windows that we have. And we keep on advocating to state governments and other key players in the delivery of skills. It's not only the technical institutions that will be there to deliver the quality or the required skills needed by the industry. So it has to be a collaboration between these funders and the proprietors, which are largely, if it is the technical institutions, the state government, and some federal government institutions. However, it does not rely only on the technical institutions that we call technical colleges. We have the polytechnics. We have the skill centers that need to be upgraded and come on board so that they can issue these quality skills. The certification in that system is what we call the competency-based certification system, which is the NSQ is driving towards in Nigeria.
How is the Abuja office? What role is the Abuja office, playing in this?
Abuja office is the liaison office. So we are the NBT of Abuja. So we liaise with the ministries, MDS. We all their programs, whatever they are doing, we liaise with them, and then we do it with them. So
Okay. I just want, Professor Bugaje,
Yes.
look, we've had an explosion in the number of private universities in this country, and perhaps also private polytechnics. But I don't know how many private technical colleges there are. And considering the gold mine that is in there, if you like, diamond mine, that is in technical education and the skills to be acquired, would it be proper now to say, look, place a moratorium on the issuance of new licenses for universities, and instead encourage the establishment of private technical colleges, well equipped, well supervised, to produce the kind of manpower that we're dialing in this country?
Absolutely correct. We need to stop registration of new universities. For every one university in a properly managed economy, you require 5 polytechnics. For one engineer from a university, you need 5 technologists in a properly managed economy. And every technology requires 5 craftsmen, so that should be the ratio. In Nigeria, we have gotten it upside down. There are more universities than polytechnics. And at the end of the day, they are churning out graduates who have nothing to do with the economy because they are not relevant to the skills economy. Globally, there is now a move towards a skills-driven economy. Skills have become the currency of labor. So I'm appealing to government. 2017, the Chinese government converted 600 public universities into polytechnics and skills acquisition centers. We need to start thinking in that direction. Some of these universities should be converted into skills training institutes. Some of the polytechnics, unfortunately, for the past 30, 40, 50 years, they have not been running skills training. You see, when you have a national diploma or higher national diploma, it's not a skills qualification. It's an academic qualification. Skills qualification is completely different. You have to go through a process. You have to get training in industry. You will be assessed on the job in industry. So that's why we really need to, rejig the entire system.
Professor Bugaji, thank you. Well, I know we have some technical colleges available. Technical College in Orozo is a shadow of its own. You go there,
Dilapidated structures.
Yes, it's dilapidated. So
Poor
we really need
equipment.
to focus, on
Invest
those,
more money.
Yes, invest more money on the ones we have.
We need a
And
Marshall
then,
Plan, actually, for Tibet
all
in
right.
Nigeria.
We need a Bugaje plan, not a Marshall plan. Professor Bugaje has talked repeatedly about welding. One of the higher ends of welding is aluminum welding.
Exactly, yeah.
Aluminum, if you have a skill in aluminum welding,
Yeah.
the amount
All
you'll be
over the
earning will be over and above what all of us in the studios here are taking, including Claire, by the way. I mean, she's a cash madam. But
Yes, sir.
all right.
Thank you so
On
much.
that note, we'd like to appreciate all three guests for being with us. You've raised very pertinent issues within a short time. Professor Idris Bugaje, Executive Secretary, National Board for Technical Education, thank you for being our guest this
It's
morning.
a pleasure.
Haji Abelkisu Ahmed Salihijo, who is Director of the NBTE Liaison Office here in the Federal Capital Territory. Thanks a lot for being our guest.
Thank you very much.
Engineer Suleiman Yusuf, Deputy Director at National Board for Technical Education. Thank you for being on Good Morning Nigeria again.
Thank you very much, sir.
All right.
All right, that's Good Morning Nigeria for today. We'll like to ask you to join us same time tomorrow. But just before I go, as always, we'd like to invite you to also partner with us, NTA, in our campaign against rape and rapists. I am Claire Adilabu Abdul Razak, and from the production crew, have a great day.
And I'm Kingsley Osadolo. Do enjoy your day.